Oh, sorry, viewers. Look, anytime my hands touch anything, sometimes it can mess everything up. That's exactly what happened. I was trying to figure it out. What could have that? Oh, I forgot to do the crossover one, the crossing one. Okay, I said, okay, let me leave it. Then they didn't bring names. I said, okay, why are they not bringing it? I saw someone. I don't know what my hand touched. So I was like trying to bring everything back. That is it. So I couldn't retrieve it. It's okay. So I had to start all over. But now I'm going to spend just 5 minutes. Because I could have been rounding up now. Before this. Okay. So my title is still the same. Oppressors of heaven. Yes. But Ecclesiastes 4 verse 1. Then I looked again at all the acts of oppression which were being done under the sun. And behold, I saw the tales of the oppressed, and that they had no one to comfort them. And on the side of their oppressors was power, but they had no one to comfort them. You see? So people whom they were oppressing, that's what the God is saying here, that they had no one. They had no one to help them. But the oppressors, they are full of power. You see? Do not allow anyone to oppress you. And if you happen to find yourself in that situation, if you're a child of God, you know the weapon. Call the oppressors of heaven. There are oppressors in heaven. And when the oppressors are in heaven, when they attend to your aid, I am telling you, they can never compete with the oppressors of heaven. The oppressors on earth, they can't compete with them. And the oppressors from heaven, I am telling you, they don't stop. They will deal with your oppressors until they hear from God that they should stop. They only hear go. It's only go they hear. They don't hear come. That is oppressors of heaven. If there's anyone that is oppressing you, because let me tell you, God, as God created individual, He did not create us on the same level. Even though the image and everything, everybody have nose, everybody have face, everybody have their ear. But what I'm saying is that the package of individual is different. Some people have more package than the other. That is where God says, I will have mercy on whom I will have mercy, and I will show compassion who I have to show compassion. Nobody can check God. Nobody can accuse God for that. So if your package is more bigger than the other person, what am I saying? Meaning that you are doing good in life than the other person. Or probably because of the situation the other person find him or herself, you know. He or herself find the situation he or herself find themselves. You see, you are only just being a bit privileged or opportunity. If you are a bit opportune more than that person and you have that opportunity over the person, do not oppress. God hates oppressors. Do not oppress. Do not show power. What's the point? There's no need to show power over any other person. Because whereby you are trying to show your own power, I am telling you, remember, there are oppressors in heaven. If the oppressors in heaven come to that person's aid, I am telling you, that's where you see the people on top being dropped. Because when they change, when the story change, it doesn't favor the people on top. But the people at the bottom will be pulled up when the oppressors of heaven, when they are at work. That is the reason why I put that my title, Oppressors of Heaven. Because the person you are oppressing, even if the person don't know how to pray much, maybe the person is just crying there, it's just, but sometimes it can trigger the anger of God to send the oppressors of heaven to that person's aid. That is why we have to be careful how we oppress each other. Because the power that you've got is for you to utilize it. The standard, the level you find yourself is for you to utilize it rightly. For yourself, for your family, for your life, for betterness of your life. Not to use, not to see that little power or that little whatever the level you find yourself to be oppressing the other. Because when story change, when God changes that person's story, it might be so loud, even louder than yours. That is why it is not good to oppress. It is not good to be on the oppressing side. Because when you are oppressing people, and the person you are oppressing, they are crying, they are depressing, they are so much like they are, you humiliate them too much. I am telling you, God do answer prayers. God do answer poor people's prayer. Yes. When God answered that prayer, I don't know. Because whatever we are doing in life, we have to be very, very careful. Any position we find ourselves, it is not by our power. We have to remember that. It doesn't matter where they are oppressing you. It could be in your business. It could be anywhere. It could be in a gathering. It could be in a group. In anywhere you find yourself, it doesn't matter. You understand? It doesn't matter. Wherever you perceive that element of oppression, that you being oppressed too much, cry to your maker. There are oppressors in heaven. Let the oppressors of heaven, let them come and stand in the gap for you. Let them come and fight the battle for you. Because there are some battles that you cannot fight sometimes. But remember, your maker is there. That is why it is good to know your God. You have to, when you know your God, you will know your prayer points. Exactly the issue, whatever that is actually facing you. The issue you are facing at that time. The challenges that you are facing at that time. You will know the prayer points. You will know the prayer points. Because even if you don't really figure it out, God will give you your prayer points. You will just figure it out. You have to make sure that you hold on to God. Let God be your father. Let your maker be your father. Come back to your maker. You will see how the oppressors, you will see how they will come back and be under your feet. God don't want anyone to oppress the other. Every power, every level, every standard that God has lifted anyone to be, not to go and oppress the other person. You have to know how you utilize it. Well, I can't see the name, but I welcome you in the name of God. Thank you. I can't see the name. So you have to know. I don't know why they are not bringing names. I don't know. It's so frustrating because when you can see person, but you can't see name. So what am I saying? But you are blessed anyway. So what am I saying? When you are oppressing people, remember, oppressors of heaven, they are watching you. But if you trigger the anger of God to turn to mercy to that person you are oppressing, like I said earlier, oppressors of heaven, when they start, they don't stop, except it's only God that can stop them. But you have to know your prayer points. If you are running a business and your business, you can see is going down through the oppressors. If you are in a gathering, if you are in a society, if you are in a family, if you are in anywhere you find yourself, and you can see the set of oppressors, I am telling you, call the oppressors of heaven. Call the oppressors of heaven. When the oppressors of heaven, when they come to deal with them, I am telling you, there's nothing in this world that is bigger than our Maker. That is why any position you find yourself, do not oppress your fellow human being. Utilize it rightly. Utilize it in a way that at least even God that put you there can see you, that you utilize it well. Don't oppress anyone. You don't need you don't have to pay attention. You don't have to help them if you don't want to help them, but don't oppress them. Don't oppress them. Don't oppress any fellow human being like yourself. Because in this world, we have to be careful. We have to be careful. Like I said earlier, people on top, when story change, it doesn't favor the people on top sometimes. It can only favor the one at the bottom to be lifted up. God knows how he does it. God knows how he does it. It is what we have seen it raw, live and direct. There's no position that can never be changed. There's no permanent position. There's no permanent level. But it depends on how you handle that level. It depends on how you mount the fear of God around that level. It depends on how you are building the fear of God around it. There's no permanent level. Why are we oppressing each other for? For what? Wherever any position you find yourself, it is just the will of God for you to be there. And that is not the highest position. There are some people that is even more. They are more higher. And they are there silently. They are doing their own thing. They don't cause trouble. They don't oppress anybody. Those are the ones that God really pay attention to. Because he knew that the wealth, they have the wealth, they have what it takes, but they never oppress anybody with it. It might not even, in any way, there are a lot of ways that you can oppress people. It might not be in the area of wealth. It might not be in the area of money. It could be in any area. There are so many ways you can be oppressing one another, whether knowingly or unknowingly. Yes. That's why we have to be careful. Because the oppressors of heaven, when they come down, to come and rescue the person you are oppressing. Oh, they don't stop. Oh. They don't stop. Don't forget, I said, when the story changes, the one at the top are the ones, they are the one in trouble. The one at the bottom can be lifted up straight away and drop the one at the top. That is why it is not good to be oppressing each other. Any position you find yourself, don't have it at the back of your head that you want to oppress anyone. No. What position you may find yourself, what level you may find yourself that someone has not been there before. And to be honest with you, people that they are still striving, they are still struggling, they are not there yet. They are the one that you will even find that element of oppression in them. They are the one that like to oppress too much. The people that they are really there, their children, their generation, up to 100 generation, they can never know poverty. They don't oppress people. They are on their lane. They are so silently doing their own thing. So oppression, anywhere you are distributing it to your fellow human being, be careful. Be careful. There are oppressors in heaven. When they come down, it's only God that can stop them. Thank you very much. It won't be longer than this because it's already late. Thank you. And you are blessed for joining in. And whoever that, if I don't see your name, because I can't see name, the person that showed up, I didn't see your names for me to call. Even everything that I've already put is not even there. Is this, you know? So I don't know why it's been like that. But nevertheless, whatever it is, we just, as long as probably the maybe technical fault or whatever, I don't know why it's like that. I don't know why Facebook is not bringing what they're supposed to bring. So thank you so much. You are blessed. Even when you come to watch the recorded version, you are blessed. Thank you so much. I appreciate every one of you. Thank you. Until I come your way again. In fact, I forgot to say it. Because 6 a.m., we always have our church online prayers. But after that, I just discovered that after that, I don't even bother to sleep back till I would start, you know, preparing to go to work. So probably in the morning, 7:30, after our church 6 a.m. prayer, by 7:30, I might be doing the morning one. So instead of me, you know, putting this one and the ministration and the Eledumare connection together, so I can just send the message, the word of God. We share the word of God. You know, it's like food. We eat it in the morning before we set out, you know, for our daily bread. So, but we always do that from our church anyway. 6 a.m. we do that. But instead of me, because I will just be there and I don't start early like that. So I can just, by 7:30, I will just come out and do whatever I have to do for 30 minutes before I start going to work. Yeah, I could do that. Thank you so much. Until I come your way again. Thank you. Bye for now. You are all blessed. Thank you.